Hey, this is Holly with Fern the Camper, and today we're just going to talk about the lithium battery that we bought for Fern, which is the Yeti 1000, and it's a little portable power station. Okay, so this came in the mail actually a couple of weeks ago, and we were so distraught with having another month to wait for Fern. We decided to have some fun with the battery while we were at home, also known as base camp. So I have tried a very high wattage electric heater that I use in the winter sometimes just to keep me warm at night. And it survived for about an hour and a half before that could put in my battery. So that was me really putting it through its paces, and I've also tested out a few other household appliances. Overall, I do believe that we are certainly more aware of what appliances use how much wattage and how much power. The waffle maker, that was fun. I was talking about how we'd never take this waffle maker camping. It sucks too much power, too many watts. Not so much that the Yeti can't handle, but I thought it's sucking the battery so fast. But it made my waffles so quickly, and it gave me 2 batches of waffles and used less than 20% of the battery. So things like this I find are interesting. I would have never considered even bringing that waffle maker, but Thorn definitely appreciates her waffle breakfasts on the weekend, and I like that I can do that for her. If we bring our solar panel, that battery is going to be recharged in less than an hour. We make waffles, we go hiking, we come back, we've got a whole new charged battery ready to go. And again, I would have never discovered this had we not had our disappointing news. So silver linings, it all worked out okay in the end. I'm touching wood now because I hope there are no more delays. So you can see from one of the pages in the manual, you got your solar output or input, which is 3.5 hours based off max input, which of course it won't actually be max. When you have like your solar panels, it's only going to be 50 to 75% of that. And your AC household plug for 18 hours. I like the solar. So that's into the battery, and what it powers is your 12 volt LEDs for over 335 hours, your laptop for 17 plus, and then some, and your mini fridge for 17 hours. Well, mini fridges can vary greatly in their power usage, so I think you need to maybe experiment with what you've got yourself before you can confirm that. Okay, here is my Yeti out of her box. There are a few Goal Zero Yetis. This is the Yeti 1000. And you'll see her inputs there, just on the left. You're not meant to use your core battery, your 12 volt, to charge up. This is, I believe, for output only. And then you've got your USB ports. You've got your 120 volt AC. And then this is your maximum wattage surge, 3000. So I love these little handles. It is heavy for me. It's supposed to be 42 pounds. Feels a lot heavier, but that's just because I'm a wimp. So here's my charger here, and they recommend you plug it in to the wall if you don't have your solar set up. So just charge it up right away and keep it charged. And so that's what we're going to do now. Okay, I have just plugged her into our mains at home. It's a little stiff getting her in the input, but here we go. So it says goal 0 is already at 94%, and our input is 62 watts. It's supposed to take about 18 hours to charge the battery from 0 to full from the wall. If you're using solar, it does say 3.5 hours, which I think is pretty incredible. And that's with one panel. You're not meant to string your panels together for this. Let's close that lid. It looks a bit messy. There we go. Okay, I have here my DeLonghi heater, and this is something I use in the house when it's extra chilly and I just want to heat one room and not the whole house. This one has a wattage of 1500, and it is not something that I would take camping with me, but there is another DeLonghi heater like this, but it's about half the size, and that has even lower wattage, and I do want to get one of those for chilly nights when it's camping. But let's see how the Yeti holds out with this heater. So I'm plugging her in. So you can tell that the Yeti is charged up to 100%. And I've got my night eyes up here. I'm gonna test her out soon. I just need to wear her battery down. So I am now turning the heater on. I'm gonna just start it on the minimum. Okay, I am going to show you now. I have my iPhone plugged in while I'm recording, and right now it is using up 7 watts of output. Now when you're plugging your plugs into your power source, you will need to push the power button like that. So now you can see my output is 0 and the screen has kind of gone dark. Not dark, that's dark. So I'm pushing that again, and now you can see the output has gone back up to 7 watts. Okay, so while this is still plugged in, I am going to hit this. So now this is on, you can see that light there. And my output has shot up 663 watts to 659. And the fan at the side, it's working hard. That fan is going. So it gives me a really good idea of my output for this little heater, even though it is on the minimum setting and the heat dial is set to 2. If we whack that up to 4, let's see what happens here. Not a big change, still between 651 and 652. And of course that is also with my iPhone plugged in as well. Okay, so I'm switching this minimum off and turning on the medium. Okay, now that's surged up 780s, but still below the 1000. And there is this whole thing can take 150 watts, and there's a 3000 watt surge max. So I am still in my safety range. but I don't feel brave enough to try the extra heat on the heater. If I had swapped both of those up, that would be the maximum with both of those on. And to be honest, I have never needed to put it that high. I've always have it in my room if it's really chilly. I'll put it on 3 and have it on medium, and usually I need to turn it off in the middle of the night on a cold winter. But that is a California winter. So people who have it really tough might want that on high and in a tiny enclosed space that probably keep you toasty warm. Okay, so I've been running the DeLonghi heater for about an hour on level 4 on medium heat just to really test this out, and the battery has gone down to 51%. The output though seems to have settled on a 678 watts. So thinking the way it is now, if I were to keep the heat going all night just on this one battery, I would probably want to keep that on a medium and at a 3. But I will keep you posted on how long it takes that battery to drain out.
Hello, it's Thorn from Thorn the Camper, and my mom is just testing out like the new Yeti device for Fern. And she's testing it out with the, don't know if you can see it, but she's testing it out with the waffle maker. And
Okay, so it's currently at 98%. It's just using 4 watts only by having this 120 volt powered on. Now I'm plugging this in. And wow, look at that watt. That's intense. That's a lot of wattage. Okay, I will not use this Bella waffle maker while we're camping. But let's see if I can cook some waffles.
that's very chocolatey.
It's very chocolatey. This is a new recipe we're playing with. Lid down. Should not take very long to cook. How does that look on our watts? Okay, I would never take this waffle maker with us camping. It just uses too much power. But it's still a fun experiment to see if we can cook some waffles on this Yeti in this power sucking Amazon purchase. Okay, waffles are steaming and they should be ready soon. Our output is still very high. I would not want to go camping with a device that's output was above 600 regularly, and I know I tested my heater. That's not heater I'll be taking with us, but it's always fun to do these little tests. So we've already used nearly 10% of our battery, and it's only been, gosh, about maybe 2 or 3 minutes?
Yeah.
Not long at all. Waffles are smelling good, and there's my light. Tells me that it is ready. Now that the waffle maker has finished and its ready light is on, I did not know it did this. It's actually stopped sucking all this extra power, and right now it's only on 10 to 11 watts. So that was interesting, just 3 minutes of cook time, and yeah, so it's good to know that in the case of an emergency, we can use this Yeti to make waffles, because you never know when you're going to need waffles. So I know I said I would never take this camping with us because it uses so much energy, but this is my second lot of waffles and we're still at what, 86% on the Yeti, and that's just a few minutes. If we have it hooked up to the solar, it will be recharged very quickly. So I might be taking back what I said earlier. Waffles taste good! So we're coming on to summer pretty quickly. Campsites are being booked up very, very fast. And I know there are a lot of people out there that boondock successfully. I'm really hoping that we can try this and get away with it. My biggest fear is after all this waiting and us finally receiving Fern, getting ready to go on our first family adventure and finding that there is no place for us to go, that we would have driven 5-6 hours to a beautiful campsite that's full, or we're at a national park where it's first come first serve and it's full and we just have to turn around and go home. I think I will not stop crying if that happens, but we will do our best to make an adventure of it should that happen. We will see. It's a good battery.